What do we got here? We are how many minutes into this? I don't even know. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so here we are, FinViz, one of my favorite charts. I do this on all my videos, so and I even do it on the live. So I got the, like I said, the link in the description. If you guys have any questions, I'll go ahead and come in. I'll go ahead and hit you up as soon as I finish with the deal. Okay, so the Dow. Man, it was actually a weird day. I wasn't tracking the market much, but the Dow was up 37 points. It opened up nicely, and I just seen it selling off all day. And I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be one of those days. But the NASDAQ was totally opposite. So my thinking about the NASDAQ for the last week or two has been right. Okay, I've just been jumping back into those hot stocks, and we'll take a look at the heat map in a moment. And then, of course, the S&P 500, right? Same thing as the Dow, just kind of sold off all day. And then a nice bounce. The markets closed at 1. So it kind of bounced into the close, which was nice. It looked like it was going to sell off into the close, but it wound up bouncing into the close. So it did a little bit of both, right? So let's look at the heat map, see what was kind of popping. And, hey, the big market cap stocks, the big boys, the AKA FANGs, right? Microsoft, Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon. If you want to know how my portfolio is doing, all you got to do is track Google and Facebook, because that's, for the most part, that's all I'm in my trading portfolio. And of course, I got a DraftKings trade on that I'm going to show you guys in a moment, right? And then look, healthcare, and then everything is down. So I like the fact that, well, for my sake, all right, because the market has had pretty good breath lately, right? Everything has been kind of going up, and the FANGs, when I say the FANGs, I mean all of these big. I don't just mean the Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So they was kind of just pulling back a little bit, but they led the market all summer, so it was justified, and kind of everything else was catching up. All right, so now that a lot of those everything else is caught up, it seems like the FANGs are starting to take the lead again, and I like that personally. And it's kind of like a push-pull, when you pass the baton, and so you had the FANGs, and then they passed it to the rest of the market, and then they passed it back to the, it's kind of something like that, if you know what I'm saying. But it's already overall a good day. All right, so let's talk about it, man. Let's get into the DraftKings. Hopefully you guys checked out my video. You checked it out. It's the video prior, I don't know, a couple of videos prior. And I talked about trading DraftKings. And when you look in right here, that little gray area, that little circle, that's what popped me off to go ahead and jump into the trade. So we had a vicious sell-off, right? Vicious from that 65, basically nonstop down to 35. Unbelievable. I thought about loading up right here, but I was afraid, man. I was afraid. I straight up on. I know. I just thought it was funny business going on with the stock. I was like, man, what the f? Huh? Anyway, so we had our little bounce, kind of pull back, and then started to go up again, pull back, and that's what made me get in. And I was like, you know what? I think this one is for real. I think it's for real. So I did a video and I talked about the trade. And I've been in it, right? So I've been in it ever since 41. Now we have 52. And this was just a few days ago. What is this? About a week and a half. So you could have made a lot of money on this little move right here. If you was watching Dre Trades, hey, click the bell. And then you'll know I did a video like this. Here we go. So consolidation pattern, right? Little consolidate, which I like. Y'all know I like the sideways action. If you like it as well, put it in the comments. Sideways action allowed me, I got out, okay, because I actually sold a naked put. I took my profits. When you sell a naked put, you make profits fast, right? So, and then I was looking to get back in. I wanted to get back in here, but it kind of went up 5, 8, 6%. This was a 6% day, and then it popped again today. So I got in. So right here is kind of a key area, because I was saying when DraftKings was coming down, they did a secondary offering. And they priced it at 52, right? So they priced it at $52. So I'm thinking, that's going to be a little area of resistance along with the area over here. So if you look direct left, can I draw a line like that? If you look direct left, you'll see all of these men here. All of this, that's what I call them, men. because they're the blockers, right? They're the ones that's going to give us some resistance going into this area. But so far, so good. So far, this stock it's going right through it. All right. So I'm like, okay, I still think it's going to be a little chop in this area. And then I drew a little white line coming here, right there. And that's another area of resistance. All right. Once this one is critical as well. First of all, I believe we chop around between where we are now. I think we chop around in this area just for a little bit. I don't know how long. I don't know how long the chop is, but I think we chop around in there. You can put your trades on. Be careful with calls. Be careful because you lose value. You know, that's something I need to talk about in another video. But if you're going to trade the calls, don't buy those. Don't buy the calls that's under 60 days. All right. You don't want to lose any time value on this because who knows, it might chop around sideways for a little bit, but it might go straight through. No one knows, but you never want to buy those calls. Those calls are meant to sell. Okay. You sell those calls all day long. And in the trade I'm going to show you, that's exactly what I did. Okay. So anyway, once we get above that area of resistance, you can see how it's right at the top area of this gray, right? The gray box I said, where all the resistance should be. I think it's clear sailings to the all-time high. I actually think the stock wants to do that right now. You know, clear sailings. But I don't think it's going to be a straight up ordeal. But maybe once it gets past this, you know, who knows? But I do like it. I like it. I like the trade. I didn't show you the trade yet, but I like the trade to the upside. Let's put it this way. If you put on any trade going to the upside on DraftKings, I actually feel pretty comfortable with it. This is the daily. You can see the volume is low. And it's a shortened day. If you even pull up the weekly, pull it up right here. You see the volume is real low. We had a shortened day today, and the market was closed yesterday. So that's acceptable. And I would have liked to see, granted, let's say those days, you know, the market was open normal. I would have liked to see this up because we're kind of breaking through some resistance over here. But neither or whatever word I'm looking for, we did it, man. We had 52.75, and we did it for the most part with ease. You can see the minute chart, right? I usually never pull this up, but it's up straight up. Actually, it sold off in the morning, but that was everything. If you looked at every stock market open, stocks were popping. They kind of sold them off right away, and then it captured. Anytime you see this right away, this is a quick trade tip. A sell-off like this, and it kind of takes it back. And this is any time frame. When it takes it back, it's going to the upside. All right. So you could have day traders out there. Once it broke that level, you could have got in and, you know, and just made that trade and for the most part kick back. Maybe got out. I don't know if you reload. You know, I'm not a day trader, but that's the setup that, you know, that I liked. You know, that I would have took if I was a day trader. All right, so you can see it held the level for the most part. When as high as 53, wow, sold off. This was everything sold off right about here. And then right back up. See, it's kind of taking back that sell-off, and that's bullish, right? When you see that, that's one of the that's so key. And it's the same going the other way as far as bearish. If the stock pops, it immediately just takes that pop back, man. It's bearish. So kind of look out for that. Doesn't have to take it back right away. You're like, oh yeah, okay. That means the bears could not sell it off. They couldn't sell it off. All right, so let's go back to the daily, see what we got here. All right, so we know we're heading up to this resistance, right? 54. 55, we'll call it 55. So let's talk about the trade I put on. Come up to the trade. Now I'm in the options, right? Here's the options. Hopefully you guys know a little bit about options, but I'll just give you a brief overview. These numbers here in parentheses. So this date is when the option expires. And this number in parentheses is how many days till expiration, right? And I had said, if you're going to buy any option, you don't want to buy anything below 49. I mean, this is really for like advanced, you know, if you just want to be in and out, I get it. But if you're going to do any holding, these options have time value built into it. Okay. And it expires every single day. And I'll show you that in a minute. So you want to buy something like here, you know, they're a little bit more expensive, but you're not getting any theta decay as much. All right. So this is, like I said, going to be another video coming up, but that's just my little tip. Anything below 60 for the most part, you want to be selling those options. And I got that right here. What does that say? Oh, okay. That's my, I'm like, what that? Did I buy an option? Here's my trade showing I sold one, bought one, and then it's showing that I have an order to kind of get rid of it, right? All right, so here we are. Stocks trading at $52.75. I sold the 48 put, all right? I don't know how much I sold it for because I did it as a spread. So I sold the 48 put and I bought the 42 put. That's a $6 wide spread, right? And I sold that for $1.50, right? So we can come to my monitor tab and you can see the filled orders up in here and you see I sold it for $1.50. See my positions, DraftKings, I got out. No, that's what I'm in. The Tesla, I got out. Facebook, I'm still loaded up on Facebook. Anyway, where's my DraftKings? Okay, right there. I'm up $102. So let's go to the analyze. Let's see what we got here. Analyze those positions or that trade. All right, so it's kind of weird doing this live. I got to be honest. I can't edit. I just got to be like perfect. Seeing a lot of people drop out. Don't drop out. Matter of fact, get in here. I'm going to go ahead and post the link again in the chat window. All right, so here it is. It's funny. I got to be honest with you. I watch a lot of my, I see my videos. I see the analytics, right? And yeah, y'all need to see me when I talk about this. I see the analytics. In the videos where I talk about exactly how to make money, they don't do that well. When I just talk about, hey, the stock's doing this, they do well. But when I say exactly how to make it, they don't do that well. That's the part that people sell you things. That's the part where people charge you for that information and you're getting it for free, at least from my perspective. But people don't want to watch those. They want to watch, hey, look, hey, the stock's going higher, whoop, whoop, and they want to see you ringing bells and whistles. They like that. When you tell them exactly how to make money, they don't like that. But that's the portion where other people charge you for. Just something that makes you go, All right, so back to the video. All right, so here we go. So I sold the 48 put, right? I did that for $1.50. And in the most I have on the line, I did it 3 times. All right. So $1,350. That's my risk. That's the most if I could go home and never turn on the computer again, the most I could lose is $1,350. And how do I lose that? Well, the stock, for the most part, to experience that, it has to go below $42 in the next 27 days. So I just showed you the charts. I just showed you how it looks like it wants to go higher and all of that and all-time high and the 55 resistance. I don't think it's going to go down to the 42 area for me to experience max loss. Now, I'm not saying if it did do that, I'm going to experience max loss, because if it starts going down there, I'm going to sell it. So I'm not going to experience max loss. It's just not going to happen. All right. But that's the most I can lose. All right. So what's the most you can gain? All right. The most I can gain is $450. All right. So how do I gain the most? Right. What is my max? Where's the stock price have to be when I'm at $450 to make $450? Well, 48. In the next 27 days, 27 days, excuse me, if this stock is over $48, I make $450 with only $1,350 at risk. So what does that mean? That means I made 33% on my money. Okay. So You see what I'm saying? Like, here, let me pull this up. That's a pretty good high probability trade. We're trading at 52 now. When I put it on, I already made $100 on it. Anyway, that's why you want to sell those options. Anyway, so if you look at my position here, where we at, you see this theta number and $7. I'm making $7 a day for doing nothing. The stock price can sit here, and every day if we get close to the expiration, that number actually goes up. So I'm going to make my $7 today, $7 tomorrow. Yes, you still make it when the market's closed. $7 on Sunday, and when the market opens Monday, another $7. But it'll probably even be 8, 9, 10 because it goes higher as we get closer to the expiration. So the stock doesn't have to go up. As if you buy a call, right? It better go up. If you bought a call today and it opens up at the same price Monday, you're kind of going to be hurting a little bit. When you buy calls, you need that price to go up, okay, in a big way. All right. So this I can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways. All it has to do is stay here and don't go any more than $4 down. And it can go up as much as it wants. And I'm going to make 33% of my money in 27 days. That's a high probability trade. So that's the trade that I want to show you. That's the trade that I'm in. And I'm just going to sit back and watch this thing and don't worry about the day-to-day ups and downs for the most part. But I'll do videos on it because that's what you want to see. You don't want to see the part I just told you about. You want to see me going rah, 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 bells and whistles. The stock is going higher. All right, so let me see something. Yeah. Okay, so that's what's up, man. That's the trade that I'm in, right? So this is one of the I actually like what's going on here. You guys have any questions? Because I'm gonna end this video because that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. The stock's going higher. I put a trade on. I'm gonna sit back and relax. I'm gonna collect my money, in a few days. And that's another thing. I'm not going to let it go down to 27 days. I'm going to get out before that. Probably, I don't know, probably couple of weeks, and I'll get at least half of that, right? And place another trade. And that's how you kind of stay profitable. And you don't have to worry about the daily day up and down and what's the VWAP doing and all that crap. You ain't got to worry about any of that, okay? So big boy Blue, you're in DraftKings and LCA. Let's pull up LCA. Landcadia. Isn't this a yeah, this is like a casino stock, right? I think I was in this. I think I was in this over here, and then it tanked. Yeah, I'm sure I was in this. I think I played this from here to here, from like 14 to 20. Or 18 in this area, and then I got out. And then I got out right before this tank. And it's a nice move. I like this. It's all-time highs. Hey, good trade. Golden Nugget, right. And they have some kind of it's a SPAC, and they have some live casino kind of stuff going on where there's like live people and you can play roulette and craps or whatever, all that stuff. I think that's kind of cool. So that's what kind of got me into the trade. I was like, man, you know what? I can almost see this way being a new casino. You know what I mean? Even though people like you go to the casino, you like that crowd. It's really fun. I love going to Las Vegas, especially I love craps. That's my game. And when you're winning, everybody just it's like a family when you're at the crap table when everybody's living, when everybody's winning. I don't know if you could replace that with the computer. But so I was like, oh wow, yeah. And I forgot what happened here. I was very disappointed, but yeah, it gave it all back. I haven't looked at it since you came in, and here it is. It took it back. So I just got done talking about that. Like, you get a down move like that. It's just real similar to DraftKings. Went to 65 to 35, and then now it's kind of back up. And that's what I think DraftKings is going to do. I actually think it's going to challenge the all-time high and then even go higher. The stocks is very similar. Matter of fact, let me just pull up the DraftKings real quick. Look at it. See, coming down, and this one is just a little slower. right? So you can see the Lancadia thing. And I like it. I think there's no more resistance. It's everyone that bought the stock is making money, except for these poor saps way up here. Let me see. Let's pull up the 5-minute. Wait a minute. It damn near closed at the all-time. Hold on. Am I missing something? Why is it's almost at the all-time high? Okay, no, I see what's happening. Yeah, it's saying it closed at it's 20, but yet my chart is showing 2059 close. Maybe that's after hours action. Anyway, I was gonna say the people that bought it in that wick area, they're losing money. But according to that chart I just looked at, it looks like everyone's making money. But yeah, so there's no pressure to sell, right? And it could kind of trend high. Look at the volume even coming in, right? You haven't seen that volume in a while. So hopefully this volume, seems like they tried to sell it off, but it didn't happen. And it's kind of right at the top. So I like it. Big Boy Blue. You said they ride the wave together like the EVs do. Yeah. The EV trade is crazy. I'm afraid of it now. I've been selling, just like the DraftKings, I've been selling credit spreads on Tesla. You see in my positions, I got out of it. Today. I'm long. I got like four shares of Tesla in my buy and hold portfolio. Not 4. I don't know. It's like 4,000 worth, how many shares that is. And yeah, I got that as a buy and hold. And then I've been selling credit spreads below that. And then on this account as well. So that's how, and here's the thing. I don't even have to put them on. Like that trade was 27 days. I don't even have to put them on for a long time. It's just because the stock is going up like 10% a day. I'm exaggerating, but it's going up. It's insane. Now that we're talking about it, let's pull it up. Let's pull up that Tesla. Yeah, just unbelievable. I did a video on this, by the way, when they announced, and I said it's going higher. It pulled back the first day. That was total fake out pullback. I was like, no. And I'm pissed off because I didn't get the calls. Selling credit spreads is a safe trade, but when you anticipate a move like this, which I was in the wrong position. I should have bought calls. It's incredible how much Tesla added to its market cap ever since the stock just announced to go into the S&P. It's up 36%. Actually, it was here. That's a bad number. It's up 44% in 8 days. I think it's 575 billion market cap, something like that. I'm very close with that number. It's close to half a trillion. Is it going to be the third biggest company in S&P? Fourth, something? It's up there. Can't be the third because you got Apple, you got Google, Microsoft. Anyway, it's up there. Just for an announcement. That's insane. This was an incredible bullish pattern, but it already took place. So you see this, and I had called this out in the other video. So you see this move, right? And then we'll probably get that same candle here. So I have a feeling the trade is almost over. Are they about the same size? Let me see. Measure that. That says 200. 224. It's got a little bit more if it's going to trade to this exact candle, right? It's like symmetrical. So I think we're close to the top. Not saying it's going to come down. I don't think it's just going to keep going straight up. Can't go straight up. This market's crazy. I guess anything can happen. But I think once it reaches that level, it'll just start going sideways again, and drifting down. We'll see that. We'll see it happen. Hey, what's up, Cash Medic? Tesla a buy. Yeah, I mean, we kind of missed a move. I don't know if you can call it a buy now. The move is over for the most part, but it's still overall going up. You said you want to buy some call. I want to buy some call, want a pullback. I don't know, man. I like I said, the credit spread move, or just maybe just buying a stock, because the big move is over. Remember, when you buy a call, you want the stock to go up. And unless you want to buy some leaps or something, we're just not going to keep going straight. Like I say, we had that move sideways. See how it's symmetrical? It's not gonna go too much farther than this without going sideways. So personally, I don't like the call. You can do anything you want, but yeah, I don't like the call now. Maybe you should sell a call spread. Even that's you want to step in front of that freight train, sell a call spread, or sell a put spread. Sell it below that support right there. You had said, big boy, you said I missed your comment. You said you had 10 Tesla. Nice, 411. Yeah, you caught it. You caught it nice going in that sideways action. Matter of fact, that's exactly where I got in. I got in a little. I forgot what I said. How many? I took half a position in this area. I think it was 4.7, right around that time, right? 417, somewhere in there, 418. And then it popped. And I was like, oh, shoot, I should have bought more. I remember I was like, I should have bought more. Damn it. And when I was debating and like trying to come up with a game plan on how to buy more, that's when it got announced to the S&P. So we had that pullback, right? I did the video on it. And we had the pullback. Let me see, where is it at? Where was that announcement? Right here, right? So it opened up here, 460, and pulled all the way back to 433, and that's when I got in, right? So I was like, I don't think this is close, filling the gap. It's just no. So I got in, I bought some more shares, and then I rode that all the way up. And when I did that, I also was selling put spreads, because I was like, there's no way it's going to come back down to this level before. It's like, there's no way it's coming to the level before the stock was announced to be in the S&P 500. So I was selling spreads down there as much as I can afford. And those expired for the most. I got out of those real quick. It's like damn near the next day, 2 days from, and then I just kept putting the trade back on at a higher level. So I was collecting money that way. It worked out good. I very disappointed. I F this trade up. I needed to be in the calls. That was the trade to be in, the calls, period. All right. I was getting at no stock. I was just getting cute with it. Oh, man. You said, do you see it going up more when they add? I heard that they could start buying now, right? Even though it's kind of not official until I think the official date is December 21st, something like that. So maybe some of these funds are buying it in another slush fund or something, and then they kind of just throw it in there. Maybe that's where some of the upward pressure is from. Like, so basically, when December 21st comes, let's assume that's the date. I don't think it's like, okay, all these ETFs and mutual funds are buying it. Now we're up another 20, 30% from that date. Even though it could happen. I just, they don't even, and also remember, they said they're not going to put the full value in right at, because it's so big. So they might just kind of ease it in a half a position into the S&P 500 or whatever. So people don't have to buy that much, and they kind of figuring out how to do it. But it's not going to be the whole market cap weighting where it should be, to market cap or whatever, right? Because I guess it should be somewhere like, I don't know, 4 or 5%, a nice size, because it's a big stock. So that would mean these funds and stuff would have to buy a whole shitload of Tesla stock. So they want to do it in pieces, but it definitely gives It's like a built-in put for the stock where it just won't go down. It's just amazing. And once it's all said and done, I wonder if Tesla's going to be at a nice high price. I wonder if it can hold it. All right, because once it starts coming down, now these funds are not going to be selling it. And watch out for the Elon secondary again, because they might do another secondary when it's all said and done. Seems like that's what everybody likes to do now. Cash in. Do you see? Yeah. So what did he say? I mean, I'm holding my 10 till I'm blue in the face. Yeah, I'm holding my what I got 4. I don't know what the hell. What is it? This is trading at. Let me see how much I got. See if I can figure it out. Maybe I got more than 4. Yeah, I think I got 8. I think I got 8. 7 or 8. Hey Kerry, what's up? Thanks for coming in. It's my first time announcing your name. So we talking about DraftKings, which I just talked about. Now we talking about Tesla or anything that you want to talk about. And of course, this video is live, right? So you can hit that link and you can come into the video if you want. Yeah, this stock, it's core. It's a core holding. There's an ETF for EVs. Is it Drive? I'm not. Global Autonomous EV ETF. Look at this thing. Oh, jeez. So if you're worried about Tesla, or I don't even know what's in it, you could just jump aboard the ETF, right? Let me see if I can look this up real quick. We'll kind of pull that over here and fix that screen. Let's see, looks like I was in it already. Being nosy. Here we go. So we got Apple, Tesla. Damn, what the hell am I talking about? Maybe I'm so used to all these ETFs having Apple at the beginning. So you got 4% of Tesla, 3% of NEO, 3% of Qualcomm, 2% of NVIDIA. And this is like a FANG. Apple, Alphabet. Remember, Alphabet has Waymo. By the way, I think Alphabet is a total secret. What's that word? I can't. Basically, people are downplaying the Waymo action in Google. I mean, this stuff is going into these autonomous cars. I mean, they're probably going to be the driver. A lot of these cars are going to have Waymo built in, whatever, Waymo activated or whatever, however it's going. Anyway, but you can't underestimate the Waymo, right? So they got 2.55. I actually think it should be a little higher, right? But it's not, just a little bit below NEO, right? So we got Toyota, Microsoft, AMD, General Electric. That's just the top 10s. Let's look at the full holdings. Should be right here. It's going to open up a spreadsheet on me. I'm just trying to open up. It's trying to open up a spreadsheet. All right, let's pull it up. Wind this out. There we go. GE, Cisco, Honeywell, Plug Power, Samsung, General Motors. I don't know what BYD is. Daimler, Intel, Micron, Livent, Freeport Macroman. I can't even say it. Freeport Macroman? FCX? Is that just to buy stuff? Freeport, huh? Is it for for lithium? Ford, Johnson Controls, Honda, ALB. I think they do lithium. Baidu. Okay. Baidu? Notice these are all 1%, so they just got a lot of stuff in here, which I don't even know. BlackBerry? Really? Oh man. So yeah, there's your holdings into the EV, into the EV ETF. Some interesting this is why you need to open this stuff up to see what you actually own. To me, it doesn't seem it needs to be more focused on the EV stocks and not some of the others that's not really EV. I mean, Honeywell, I think they're more closer to aerospace. I'm not saying they don't have a hand in the EV market, but I mean, they basically make the cockpits, you know, so I don't know. Baidu? I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I like looking at charts. Oh man, Jordan Little is trying to come up. Oh, okay. Let me add him. Sorry, I didn't see him on my end. Are you there, Jordan?
Yeah, not too bad, man.
You're gonna have to unmute your mic.
It's crazy.
Oh, wait a minute. Make sure my mic is up. Hold on, y'all. My speakers might be not right. I don't think I checked my sound. So you might be up. Hold on a minute. See, this is the problem when you go live. You just don't be ready. Oh, man. Hold on a minute, Jordan. Bear with me. Let me see. Where is my YouTube? Open this up. I thought that. My YouTube. Open this up. All right. I'm almost ready. There we go. All right. And all right, Jordan, talk to me. Hello. I hear you. All right, when you're ready, let me know. There it is, Jordan said. Jordan Little said he's backstage. Backstage? What's up, a baby called Keith? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take you out. And okay, yeah, I'll take you out and just go ahead and come back when you're ready. But yeah, anybody else want to come in? Here's the link. Let's go ahead and click it in there. I'll share it again. It's in the description. It's in the title of the YouTube video. All right, so we just got done looking at the EV, the EV ETF, which is called Drive. And regardless of what they had in it, I just think it needs to be more focused on the core EV stocks like the NIO and the Tesla and all that other stuff. So it's look at the performance; it's outstanding. So you can't say nothing about that. Straight up, look at that. These, you know, when you look at a lot of the stocks in the market, you see this. You see these huge breakout patterns that you don't typically see. Like in the normal market, if you see something like this, oh my God, I'm buying calls all day, and I'm not even a call buyer. But I'm more hesitant because it's this kind of market where it just seems like it's a lot of froth. It seems like everything wants to come in, you know. So I'm not even showing you guys the chart, so you can see that pattern right there, right? So I'm hesitant, but if you've seen this in a normal type market, oh man, beautiful. So I'm seeing a lot of stocks like this. What does it mean? Is something happening that none of us really see? We all think, oh, the market's just too high. It's great. Maybe we're just entering into this era of this big boom, like kind of like the .com, not necessarily .com, the internet boom, right? When the internet was coming in, remember AOL and dial-up modems, and you had the 14.4 modem and the 28.8 modem and the 56.8 modem, and we kept buying modems, right? And you just had to keep upgrading to get online. And then it was webcams. I'm looking at it, so I'm saying it. Then it was webcams and new laptops and new memory to add into your laptops, because, you know, so it was that whole era was just a boom. Are we entering something like that? And that's why these charts are looking like this. Where this, if you see this kind of chart, this is the monthly. So we have the rest of the month to draw such candle. All right. So when you see this kind of candle being drawn, this is a sign that it's going way higher. A breakout with that kind of candle and that kind of volume. Oh man. So it's really insane. Generally you'll see something a quarter, an eighth of that size. So, but you're seeing it on a lot of different charts. And this is an ETF even, right? When do you see ETFs breaking out like this? The thing had, 1,000 stocks in it. I don't know. How many stocks did this have? There was a lot of stocks. It has, that's cash position, 78. Okay, so 78, 77, 65, 74. 74 stocks. I don't know. I'm just looking. Why is it TomTom in here? Don't they just do GPSs? Am I missing something? Anyway, 70 plus stocks, we'll call it. And the ETF is doing something like that, right? It almost looks like a pure play, right? A pure, like this is like just NEO, like a NEO stock by itself. Oh man, I did that NEO update that it's up 31. I got a lot of people in the comments. You talk about somebody's stock, and I'm telling you, you get shitted on. I did it right here, right at the top of the market. So far I'm right. The thing is down 4%. Actually came down a little lower, so it's bouncing back. I actually like this little bounce back we have here. There's 15, so it came down, right? And see how it's coming back. I just got done talking about that. Kind of rejected that whole move. Look how fast it closed that gap right here. Right here's the gap. Look at that. So gap's closed instantly and higher even. So had a gap here to the upside, closed it, and then we're right back sideways. So I like sideways action. If you like sideways action as well, put it in the comments. Oh man. So I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody's comment. Yeah, you allowed up, Kerry. I'm just now seeing that comment. Hyper Tricks sent me. I don't know why I'm missing your comments. I don't even know. Hopefully you're still in here. Yeah, come on up, man. Anybody, I'm gonna put the link in the description again. And hopefully I see it. I'm not used to the platform, by the way. So if you was here from the beginning, it takes me a while to set that up. It takes me a while. So yeah, that's NEO. Right? What else is hot? What else is hot that this EV plays? By the way, I showed you a trade on Ford. This analyst downgraded it. Was Ford in there? Every other car manufacturer was. So this is a nice chart on Ford. If you're looking at the selling credit spreads, you could do it for it all day long, right? So I have been in. I like stocks like this because it's quiet, and nobody's really thinking about it. It's not being mentioned every day. Slow creep up. You can sell that credit below, right? You could sell, this is trading at 9, you can sell the 8 and buy the 7, sell the 8.5, buy the 7.5, or 8.5, buy the 8, whatever. Get yourself a little credit spread. The only thing with these small stocks, you got to do a whole bunch of them, so you're gonna have a lot of fees. I know there's a lot of free trading out there, but some platforms you still got to pay for those options. I don't think you do on Robinhood, but Schwab, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade is 60 cents an option. So yeah, so it can get a little expensive there, but I mean, it seems like easy money all day. You're not in a hot stock where you don't have to worry about waking up, because if you're in the NEO, you wake up and you hoping that it ain't down 10%. or 5%. You're just hoping it ain't one of them big down days. You're hoping it's a big up day, not a big down day. And stocks like this don't happen. So this was trading as high as $9, and what was that high? $9.50. An analyst downgraded it. It went down like $9.10, I think, and still it's holding at 9 level. So I like it. You can see the breakout, right? I kind of got all the, let me pull this out for the month. Now, what person on YouTube is talking about Ford? Everybody's on that hot stock stuff, right? You can make your money right here on Ford, man. Ford. So you can see the channel multi-year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in a downward trend channel. You could this was money for years because it totally traded this channel. Got up here, you could sell it there, buy it, sell it, buy it. But here, let's see the difference. See that little breakout that's happening? That's what I like. You could load up, buy shares, or it's only $9, so something's happening. I'm not saying Ford's going to the moon, but there's a change. There's a change in what was going on for the last 8 years, whatever that is, and forgot. So just kind of keep an eye on that. You want to know something else to keep an eye on, which I haven't been keeping an eye on myself, is GE. Look at that candle right here. It's like it's rocketing off the bottom. Wow, it's down. Oh, okay, I thought it was down 9% today. I was like, no. Just want to keep an eye on that. Look at the stochastic starting to point straight up. So something is happening here as well. I don't know yet. It's still a little early, right? Because it just bounced off the lows and kind of getting into that resistance right now, right? So if I can kind of, you see all that resistance, I'm going to bring it all the way here. See all that? And now it's kind of in that area, but it has no problem fighting it. It's just going right through. Let me pull up the hourly. Yeah, it's just chugging along. So let's just see. Let's see what happens. Let's see. This will be the ultimate test. And I don't know if it's gonna. Man, that's a lot for GE. I mean, that's another 40% higher for the most part, 30-40%. Will it break that level? I don't know. But if it does, could be something to be thrown in the portfolio. That GE. So that I talked about Ford. I talked about GE. I don't even know what's hot. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you another breakout. Nobody's talking about it, and I'm in the Google. Look how beautiful. I just pulled it in. Look how beautiful that looks, right? And this is what I'm saying with these stocks. They all breaking out. They almost all got the similar pattern. If it's not breaking out on the upside, it's breaking out from the downside. So there's the resistance. Broke through. Sideways action. If you like that sideways action, put it in the comments. And now it's starting to, you can see the consolidation. And it's going higher. This is like an easy trade. You want to sell a put spread? You can do it right here. Sell 17, buy it at 1650, 1660, whatever, in there. And make the money that way. The only thing that sucks with Google is the bid ask spread is wide, so it's not liquid, so you kind of you could put the trade on, but you don't really want to put it on and then take it off because you're going to be getting hit, okay, in the spread. So you can put it on just and then kind of wait, make that money. I make it in all day. I'm liking Google. Let's pull up the monthly. You want to see something more beautiful than that? Look at that. Right? So that's looking, fix that. That's looking good. What's up? I got two volume. I gotta fix that. Anyway, it's looking good. Look at that breakout. The month, this is a monthly, and the month is still being drawn. Let me see, 28. When's the end of the month? All right, Monday. If we can close on a high Monday, Oh my gosh, that'll be that much more beautiful. So I think it touched almost 1800 today. Yeah, 1797. And I knew that was a natural pullback. Nice big old round number. But keep an eye on it. Look at that volume in today. Right? So that's another one. It's another one. Let's pull up Amazon. See, it's not as exciting as Google. This is a stock, but we all know Amazon's killing it, right? And blah, 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 and everything's online. Just remember, they make most of their money on Amazon Web Services. All right. So a lot of companies are coming up eating into that. And the Microsoft, I can't name them all, but you see, I don't want to name the wrong company because then I'll look like a fool. But I know there's Microsoft, though. Everyone has some kind of web service, Salesforce. And they're looking to buy Slack. But anyway, they're chipping away at the Amazon's web services thing. And that's their growth engine. So it's not, even though we know they're killing it, it's expensive to ship that stuff out. Even though they're killing it in that's not really how the stock moves. So be careful here. All right. Look at the stock cat. See, it looks tired. All right. Now that's the monthly. See how that's looking tired. Right. And I'll go ahead and show you a stock that's not tired. That's Google. See the opposite? See the differences? Right? Not tired. Tired. Okay. So there's a difference here. So I'm not saying Amazon's not going to go higher, but it's something to be careful about because when we come into earnings, this next earnings, which is in January, says here, January 28th, a lot of expectations because of Christmas and all, and it's also the quarter to where they'll be like, we're going to, because now Christmas, everybody's going to be spent. So it's that quarter where you could just not be getting, all the, if they don't beat and raise, right? That's the key. It can pull in. Okay. So now it's buy all day when it gets down here. And you can see the breakout. If you watched my videos from Dre Trade to see that breakout, let's go ahead and could I simulate right there? Look at that. See that breakout? I was all on it. I couldn't get positions fast enough. I gotta show you. I couldn't get it fast enough. It was just crazy. So there it is, right? That looks like Google, like that I just showed you, right? And then the stock was just went from 2,000 to 3,000 like that in the snap of a finger. And for the most part, for the whole half of the year, it's been doing nothing, right? So when Amazon spends, right, you hear them, oh, Amazon hiring 100,000 workers and whatnot. That feels good. I mean, that sounds good. Feels good. Sounds good. Yeah, business up. They need 100,000. It's expensive as well. Okay, so Amazon is that stock that always pulls back when they spend too much money. So it's just something to keep. I did a video on the old Dre Trades one up here, right at the top, and it went down. I mean, I called it, I pinpointed it right at the top. And it came down almost 20%. And people was, I had shit in the comments saying, blah, 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 I don't know what I'm talking about, blah, 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 blah. It was easy. You know how it was easy? Because it was going straight up. Stocks don't go straight up forever, especially $2 trillion. Can't even pronounce it. It's so big. $2 trillion stocks don't go straight up. Penny stocks do. $2 trillion companies straight up. Okay. Case closed. Oh man. So sold off a little bit. Doji on the next monthly. See what happens on Monday. Volume is up. It's still in an uptrend, but it just looks tired. So just be careful. All right, that's my Amazon. Anybody else got something going on? Kerry, you coming in here or what? Oh, do you see when it go more? Okay, I'm just going back on my comments to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I appreciate Big Boy Blue from coming in. I can't remember if this is your first time. I appreciate you coming in, checking me out. Cashmatics always here, loyal. Appreciate you from Drake, all that. Here every day. Totally appreciate you. We talk on the phone even. Kerry B, first time me saying your name, so appreciate you checking in. Hopefully you hit the bell and subscribe. You don't necessarily have to come in here. I'm just joking. But I appreciate you being here and participate in the comment. And I appreciate Hyper Tricks for sending you here. All right. So, and I'm sorry for the person that came in and couldn't speak. A baby called Keith. I know it's my first time saying your name. It's like 5 syllables up in there. You just Jordan Little said he's backstage. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Are you I think I might know who you are. Yeah, in Jordan. Yeah, okay. I think I might know who you guys are. And that's it. Yeah, so I can keep going if y'all put something in the comments, but if not, I have nothing else to talk about. I don't know. I might come back and make another cleaner version for a DraftKings video just for the channel to show the trade, make that nice and clean. Because if you would have watched this video, you're going to be like, it took me like 5 minutes to get going. You're like, oh my God, boring. But it's not, man. Once I get going, I kind of get going. That's it, man. I like the market action. I like what's going on. Let's see if I can open this up. Well, maybe this one. Yeah, I like what's going on. If you just pull up this. NASDAQ is looking powerful. This was a great relative strength day for the NASDAQ. So I like what's going on. I just think that it's going up too fast, but this is that season, right? This is the season to where we go higher. It just is what it is. I don't know when it collapses, when the ground floor, I don't know. But a lot of the charts I'm seeing is not necessarily just showing froth. It's showing like these breakouts, these huge, incredible. So it just seems like we're going to have a big momentum type push. And generally we kind of bullish now from now at the end of the year, a little bit in January. You have the small caps kind of rally, and they set up to, as a matter of fact, we're going to look at the small caps in a minute. And then you'll kind of settle down, and then you had that push until selling may go away. By the way, that whole selling may go away, well, it didn't happen this year, but it's not the beginning of May, it's the end of May. So just kind of keep that in mind. Me. Did you put it in the comments, babe? Let's go back to the charts and look at the small caps. I'll pull up the IWM. Look at that breakout. This is what I'm talking about. You don't see things like that. You just don't. Comes up, gets a little sluggish, and then boom. Volume is a little weak though on this IWM, which was a little stronger than that. But you know what? It could be a false breakout, but gosh, it doesn't look like it's going to be one, because false breakouts are ugly. All right, so they'll just go the other way hard. We'll see. Remember, Monday's the last day of the month, but that is huge. When's the last time? This is what I'm saying. You see that breakout? Look at this. I'm going to scroll back. When's the last time you've seen anything like that? Right? Never. There's one to the downside. That was 2008, right? And you see how far down it went from there. So we had that candle, and then it went down another 35% from that close. So if you reverse that, do we go up another 35% before the top? And this will be the bottom. It's something to look at. I don't know. I like comparing the same side, the same candles going the same way, but that's kind of a way I do it. But look, I mean, you just don't see it. It's just kind of, right? Market gets volatile right here, then boom. Look at the moving averages getting ready to cross over. So this is all looks good. By the way, you want to trade, you could sell put spreads, especially on pullbacks on the IWM all day. This will be a cash machine. Here's a big candle right here. It's not that big, but this is almost the same. So let's try to focus in right here. See that little breakout, right? Where did it go? I done lost it. Let me zoom back. Right here. Okay. Right there. See, it kind of looks like today's, but not as big. You saw how big that candle was. So this looks like the same kind of breakout, but this is what you would see typically. Oh, you're like, oh yeah, it's breaking out. Yeah, look at that. Look at see, you got the volume, right? That's what I'm looking for in this breakout. It's kind of not there. That bothers me. All right, so you see that, but then after that, look at that one. Look at the next day. Look at how it just runs. Okay, a little sideways. Yeah, there we go. Another little up, 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 right? Up. So it's a crazy run, right? And that's why I was saying you could sell puts on it all day. So here we are. Got a sell-off action. And this is volatile from there. So with today's breakout, now it's twice as more powerful of a bar and situation. So the result, you know, what's going to happen next should be stronger, should be more extreme. And I'm going to say that's like more extreme to the upside. We'll see. You just don't see candles like this on the index. It's just crazy. I hope it's not a blow off. I mean, maybe this is the blow off top. I'm thinking we going into something. No. Maybe this is it. And see, that's what I'm saying. I just don't know. Right. Oh, man. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Like I said, I already thanked everyone for coming in. But if you are new and you're just sitting on the sidelines, go ahead and like the video, subscribe. You know the deal. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, or on Twitter. I catch those, goes right to the phone. That's Dre Trades. Just Dre Trades, at Dre Trades on Twitter, at Dre Trades on Instagram. Tell me what you're trading. Tell me anything. You know, we can have a conversation. I'm trying to think if that's it. Yeah, that's it. And of course, you can hit me up in comments in this. And I'm sorry for the slow start, the technical difficulties, like the speaker. I should have had that checked out before I even came live. And things like that. All right, so thanks for watching, everyone. It's Dre Trades. And I'm out. I'll see you. Peace.